If you're a fan of FNAF, you've seen the teaser for Secret of the Mimic. And in that teaser, we see a new clown-like character coming out of a jack-in-the-box. But we can't really make out what it looks like in the teaser. But if you went to PAX West this past weekend, you can see the clown dangling above you in the hallways. Like, it's creepy, it's terrifying. But if you look closely, you'll start to see that the clown looks oddly familiar, and he's the key to figuring out who the paper pal is supposed to represent, where Ennard's mask came from, and who the puppet has been all this time. What I'm getting at is that this new character is secretly, get it, because Secret of the Mimic, he been here all along, hidden as these three characters we've seen plenty of times before. But before that, just go under the video and press the like and subscribe button, please, and comment what other videos you would like to see from me, because that would help out a lot. Like, you don't know. You know how much that would help. Now, the obvious similarities between the Paper Pal, Paper Buddy, and the clown from Secret of the Mimic are their big red buttons, 3 of them, the blue around the eyes, and the big red clown nose. Not to mention that they both share a white template, but a lot of clown-esque characters do share that, so that's out of the matter. Also, with the arms and legs of Paper Buddy, he has red arms and blue legs, so maybe the red arms are the same as the clown, but the clown has more orangish arms, so that doesn't really matter. And with the blue legs, he doesn't really have legs, but around the waist it's blue, and the box might be blue, but I can't really tell from the trailer, so we'll just have to wait and see. So, now that you see that they're similar, let's see what Ennard and the clown have in common. They both have the red plastic button, the same faceplate layout, and a party hat, and the big red clown nose. When I first saw these similarities, my mind was like blown. I couldn't believe this because it was all happening so fast. My little FNAF child brain from like 2015 came out, like it was just going crazy. But after a bit of looking at how Ennard and the Paper Pal look like the clown, I had to wonder, what if Ennard and the Paper Pal are the same character? Him? He's him. Him. They're the same. They're the same. I know it sounds crazy, okay? Because of the timeline, but you have to listen, okay? They both share similarities with this one character, but what if they are all the same character? Just different models from different times in the story. That would make sense considering that Ennard's mask is in perfect condition and that they don't look exactly the same. With Paper Buddy, what if Fredbear and Spring Bonnie and the clown were all full body costumes just like the circus theme ones we saw in Ruin? I bring up Fredbear and Bonnie because we see those 3 together as Paper Pals in FNAF 2. Why would they put him with a Bonnie and a Freddy? Because we don't see a purple Bonnie on stage. The toy Bonnie is blue. The Paper Pal that is made is purple. Freddy doesn't really count because he's more brown, which Toy Freddy is more orange. But basically what I'm saying is that the Paper Pals could possibly represent Fredbear, the clown, and Spring Bonnie, but Spring Bonnie and Fredbear are obviously yellow, so using purple as basically his entire body just wouldn't make sense. So this can tell us that the Paper Pals are kinda old, and that the Paper Pals must be important because they don't just show up in FNAF 2, they show up in FNAF 3, Security Breach, and FNAF 6. One thing about FNAF 6 Paper Pals is that one of them looked exactly like Paper Buddy, so that's kinda weird. Oh, and side note, a new poster was revealed at PAX West where it's an old poster of a purple hippo and 2 green frogs with a yellow ball antenna on the top of their heads. This can help back up my theory that the Paper Pals have been here for a long time and the Mediocre Melodies have been here for a while too. But that's really all that there is about that, so back to what I was originally talking about. Not to mention Help Wanted 2 when you make them, but they've also been in other games like Into the Pit and FNAF 2 Help Wanted in the first game. But that doesn't really count because it's just a remake of FNAF 2. So they're kind of forced to be there, but that's pretty much it for Paper Buddy. Let's move to the puppet now. Later on, we know that the puppet becomes part of Fredbear's, or even was with Fredbear's, was in the Charlie game when we see Charlie die and we're playing as Security Puppet. You know, when the boxes are on top of you and you have to go out into the back of the alley. But what if Willy and Henboy decide to keep the same characters they had when they were costumes and repurpose Clown into the puppet / Jack-in-the-Box character? Kinda a bit of evidence behind this, but it's not really supporting that much, but just hear me out. In the teaser trailer, in the background, you can hear a remix or even the original version of the puppet's tune. Also, the most notable thing is that they are both in Jack-in-the-Boxes. Like, that's the most obvious thing. You have to wind the box, and if you don't, it pops out. Or like, you know, like you just have to wind the box. They're both in Jack-in-the-Boxes. So basically what I'm leading up to is, what if the puppet we see in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 had a second design when they were trying to repurpose the Wizards, but then decided they were too ugly and had to switch them out, and decided to redesign the puppet from Fredbear's. But maybe Henry wanted to keep the puppet because either he knew his daughter was in there, or it was an old character they loved and wanted to keep it. Either way, what I'm saying is that the puppet was originally the clown. That's why the Paper Buddy's in FNAF 2, and all this time, we've been right saying that the puppet is Paper Pal. Just not the puppet we thought it was. I know it's kind of just went on the side rant about the puppet being the clown, but it makes sense. It adds to this theory. So let's regroup everything I have so far. I point out that Ennard, Paper Buddy, and the puppet look like and or are the clown, which could mean that the puppet has been here since the beginning. Listen, I'm saying this for a reason. The puppet has been here since the beginning. When is this game taking place? 1979. That's the beginning. And what's the title of this game? Secret of the Mimic. And I'm saying that the puppet is a clown. So if the puppet has been here for a long time, since the beginning, what if in Secret of the Mimic, it turns out that the puppet is the Mimic? I know, hey, I know, back up. What if that's why the Nightmare On plushies have been so important all this time? Well, I'm just throwing stuff out there, but what if the puppet is the Mimic? It's something crazy to say, right? The story is that there was a clown costume that was used either before or during Fall Fest, which was repurposed into a clown animatronic, which might be the Mimic, then was turned into the puppet we see at Fredbear's, which is then turned into Ennard, which we see his mask and sister location. Then FNAF 2 rolls around, and that's when there's the original puppet costume, which was with the Withers, but then was repurposed into the new puppet we see in FNAF 2. It kind of makes sense if you don't think about it too hard, but it's FNAF, so it's gonna hurt my head. Anyways, this is just a theory, you know, a game theory. Nah, but seriously, this is just a theory, so don't take it seriously at all. It's crazy I have to say that because people will get mad and drunk, but I'm pretty sure only like 16 people are gonna watch my video, so it's fine. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys like these theories from me, let me know. These are fun to make and talk about. But anyways, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.